Here today, the mystery of our physical appearance. Today, we're going to be looking at there are different forms for different destinies. Destinies are in forms. Destinies are in structures. There's something about this personality called God that makes me fidget. You know, the being called God is ordinance-based. He's a being of ordinance. Reason controls his actions. Destinies are accomplished in forms. It is brain tormenting that God can be so meticulous up to the point of measuring the perfect man in his image and likeness. The man in the image and likeness of God is a measured man. The man has a designated measurement up to the lips. The structure must not be tampered with. If not, the destiny will be tampered with. There is a form for every destiny, just like there is a learning for every destiny and there is meal for every destiny. John had a particular structure that can only be produced by the Levites. And so when God wanted that particular structure that can fulfill the preparing of the way for the coming Messiah, he went to the particular foundation that can produce that structure. So God went to the Levites, and Zachariah and Elizabeth produced John. But when God wanted a Messiah who will be king, who can fulfill the messianic assignment of the Lamb, he didn't go back to the Levitical priesthood. He went to Judah, who is the custodian of royalty of God on earth. And so Judah gave what he has, because God is a being of value and identifies with value. So the value Judah had was different from the value that Levi had. So Judah produced a certain framework that can fulfill the messianic destiny, while the Levitical priesthood produced John the Baptist. Now, the framework you have is a framework that should fulfill certain destiny. That framework will not fulfill two destinies. The last thing God will do is to give the value of a particular seat, to give the destiny of a particular seat to two values. He cannot assign one seat to two frameworks. So the form you have is a form that should fulfill a particular destiny. And that particular destiny is a destiny you should find out, because your form is different from my form. No two forms are the same. The lamb had a form and the lion had a form. Now, the form you have and the destiny it will fulfill has a meal and has a way it should be taken care of. The reason is this: if you have a certain structure, there's a way you don't treat that structure. That is why copy is not advisable when it comes to destiny. Because you see, even if you break your body, you cannot increase in size. If you break yourself, you will only end up altering your destiny. John the Baptist came living in the wilderness, eating locust and honey, wearing animal skin, crying prophet. Yet, Yeshua was preferred because of what foundation can offer, because of form that foundation can produce. So your form needs to be discovered, and then so you can know how to take care of your form. If you have a certain form that can fulfill certain destiny, you will know the meal of that destiny. Spiritual meal, physical meal, all of them are important, because you see, the body you have is a body that should fulfill certain destiny. That body is the only house your spirit has. If you destroy your body, you will render your spirit homeless, and then your destiny will be aborted. So it is pertinent for us to discover the form we have and how to take care of that form. Take, for instance, John lived in the wilderness, ate locust and honey, crying prophet, where all animals came. And when he left that place of nurture, the environment of his form, he was beheaded. If you want to kill aquatic animals, you take them out of their environment. All you need to do is to take a fish out of the water, and then you have terminated that destiny. So the form we have is a form that should fulfill certain destiny that is left for us to discover. The coming lion has a form that should fulfill the destiny he is coming to fulfill. The destiny of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords must rest on certain form. When I mean form, I mean a physical form. What it means is that every man we see on earth is an embodiment. The man is carrying a particular destiny. The man is an embodiment. The man is a company. So as you're looking at a man, the man is more than a man. You are looking at a conglomerate of certain destiny. If you look at a man's face, that man's face is talking about a certain destiny. The height of a man is talking about a certain destiny. The way a man walks is talking about a certain destiny. The complexion of a man is talking about a certain destiny. So you are not just looking at a man like a figure. You are looking at a future. You are looking at a generation. You're looking at a certain destiny. You're looking at a purpose. You're looking at a solution. So the coming lion is coming with a framework that can only be produced by the family of God. Why, when after he comes, there will not be another coming, is because that framework must not be replicated. And that is why it will forever rest on Melchizedek foundation that is devoid of lineage. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.